So, Lil Wayne stepped on the American flag, looked at it, and then stepped on it some more. Then said he didn't mean to. It wasn't on purpose. Even though the director didn't yell cut and say, hey, let's not step on the American flag. I'm sure they have a big enough budget to create the illusion of the flag dropping with After Effects or something, so they wouldn't have to have the flag dropping to the ground for Lil Wayne to step on. But despite the many things that could have been employed to avoid this, and all that creativity that could have been used to create the illusion of a flag dropping to unveil something, Lil Wayne would rather put that effort into deceiving people into believing he didn't do it intentionally. That, boys and girls, is a coward. And just like a lot of liberals, Lil Wayne has more nuts between his ears than he does between his low-sagging pockets.
I think what's happening. Propaganda.
I gather from the lyrics that Lil Wayne could be saying America is godless because of things like war. Lil Wayne, if you got a problem with war, take that complaint up with the nations that attack us and our allies and violate human rights. Now here's where the liberals start serving up that moral equivalency fondue.
And then they eat the poo-poo like ice cream.
They try to say America is just as bad with violating human rights. Yet they're free to insult America, like how Lil Wayne gets to enjoy his patriotism without being thrown into a prison camp. Yeah, liberals, America does have a history of violating civil and human rights. And you vote for the very party that instituted such things. And just like Lil Wayne is excusing himself for what he did in front of God and country and will make millions as this blows over, the Democrat Party does evil right in front of God and country. And they excuse themselves of it and get people to blame Republicans for what Democrats have obviously been guilty of. I've already given y'all examples of their history, but how about some more examples? Liberals accuse us right-wing Christians of a war on women. Lil Wayne alone speaks a mouthful of war against women, but I guess the misogynistic sentiments of these liberal-minded artists is okay. We right-wing Christians don't speak of women this way and make millions of dollars doing it to boot. We're not spending millions making videos objectifying women. The people who showcase women in this fashion typically vote Democrat. And the women who think of themselves as liberated, who allow themselves to be objectified while thinking they're the ones who are actually empowered, typically vote Democrat. There is a war on women, but it ain't by us right-wing Christians. What's the phrase for men who have a bunch of children by a bunch of different women? Baby daddy, right? This has become a huge problem. It's been a problem for decades, since the Democrat Party moved to replace fathers with government. You got a bunch of dudes who go around getting different women knocked up and left on welfare and food stamps, and these men and women typically vote Democrat. And you try to accuse us right-wing Christians of only wanting to keep women barefoot and pregnant? Nah, son. And chances are, if you're one of those men or women ready to cuss me out, I'll bet it's very safe to say that if you vote at all, you vote Democrat because you think Republicans are cold-hearted or racist because Republicans don't think it's right to force other people to pay for your choices. They'll call Republicans money-hungry and greedy, while they have more kids just so they can get more money from the taxpayer. Oh, and how about the movies, especially horror movies? You know right-wing Christians ain't making these movies, right? Liberals typically make these movies, and in their movies, you can see how they feel about women. Their war against women is propagandized on the big screen as the so-called bimbo gets slaughtered for your satisfaction. The makers of these movies get you to hate the bimbo, and then they gotta throw in a sex scene with her. And then there's the contradiction. Is she a liberated female or is she a tramp? And then while she's stripped naked and stripped of her dignity, the slasher who represents the actual sentiments of the misogynistic liberals passes judgment on the female while she's butt naked for your viewing pleasure. Hey, you liberals love Freud, right? Now, there's countless movies like this made by liberals. And y'all want to accuse us right-wing Christians of being judgmental? Liberals even try to disguise their war on women by making movies where the sexecutioner is some Bible-thumping zealot. I can see y'all hiding behind the facade, you cowards. You're acting out your fantasy of slaughtering women and try to get away with it by having an actor play a religious nut. But y'all, they're gonna do what they're gonna do. Whether it's the misogynistic movie maker or Lil Misogynistic Wayne. You can't stop it, and there's an audience for them. But if it makes you feel better, My band, 20 Pound Sledge, won't be stepping on the flag. We don't cuss in our lyrics. We don't objectify women and glorify senseless violence. If you care to support that kind of alternative to what's become the mainstream, please visit my band's Facebook page and click like. I'm AlfonZo Rachel with ZoNATION, and I know you haters will try to call me opportunistic. You're right, I am. I'm taking the opportunity to present positive content in contrast to people who jumped on the opportunity to become rich by selling negative content.
And then they eat the poo-poo like ice cream.